Welcome to the first episode, number one of KZ Talk Show. How are you today, Danny?
Good. How are you?
I'm great. Today I got up kind of tired, had breakfast, went to the gym, all the boring stuff. And then suddenly there was a rush of excitement. And you know why? Because today is the first episode of this amazing podcast called KZ Talk, a podcast for
Yes.
us to talk and discuss everything under the entertainment sun: games, movies, book, music, traveling, anything we feel the need to share opinion about. You can and should participate by asking us questions on our Instagram page and or during your classes with the most amazing teachers in the world, ourselves and Mr. Victor Hugo Molitor, who will join us in future episodes, hopefully. For today, we'll be talking about the casting for The Last of Us HBO series, and also our reactions for the new Mortal Kombat movie trailer. And then we both will take turns giving our top three best movies and series of 2020. So, Danny, how excited are you for our first show today?
I think super.
Super. Okay.
Super excited. Yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Yes. Just some housekeeping for you guys. Our next workshop has had its curtain lifted and will be all about business, from helping you build your own CV in English to participating meetings and even a Shark Tank. That will be super interesting. You'll be
I love
practicing.
Shark Tanks, by the way.
Oh yes,
Sorry.
it'll be
I love
awesome.
it.
I really want to see your ideas, how it's gonna play out. And you'll be practicing and talking all about business with us starting on April 9th, led by yours truly here. Also,
Yay.
also every Tuesday and Thursday, Vitor and I play games here on the YouTube channel to help you understand and get more familiar with all the vocabulary and grammar being used. So tune in, always starting at 8:45 p.m. And last but not least, join us on our weekly, sorry, join us on our Duolingo group classes and participating weekly assignments practicing all about grammar and vocabulary. All the relevant links we'll put here in the description in this video and also in the Instagram post about this episode. Ufa, that is that.
Ufa.
Ufa Lele, yes. For all non-Portuguese speakers, Ufa is just the best expression you can ever use in any language. Ufa is
Ufa,
international.
eita, and vixe.
Yes.
Sorry, but no translations there.
Exactly. They are just the best expressions you can possibly have in any language in the world. So that's it.
Exactly.
So, Danny, let's
Let's
jump
go, Finn.
right
Let's go.
ahead into The Last of Us. Voila. Even dressed for the occasion.
Woohoo!
One off. I wouldn't say one off, but it is the my favorite games of all times, part one and part two.
Mm-hmm.
And they will
Mm-hmm.
be made into a TV series by HBO. And a few days ago, we got to know who will play the main characters. Pedro Pasqual, I think that's how you spell his name. That's how you say his
Yeah.
name, actually. Anyways,
Probably.
he's mostly known by his role as the Mandalorian and also his participation in Game of Thrones. As a matter of fact, I don't remember him in Game of Thrones. Oh, dear baby Yoda, as amazing as it is.
You don't remember him in Game of Thrones? The
Yes.
one of the best fight scenes ever, season 4, him
Mm,
against the mountain for
mm,
fighting for Tyrion Lannister's life. It's the best.
Jesus.
It's the best. Oh my
Yeah.
god.
I should pick up. I stopped watching on season, I want to say three, but then I watched the ending, like
No,
the last season. So,
no.
what's
So
wrong with
it's
me?
unacceptable. Homework for
Yeah,
you. You should watch Game of Thrones. I don't care.
definitely, definitely.
Yeah.
Okay, and he will play Joel in The Last of Us. So we'll talk about that in a second because we also have
Mm-hmm.
Bella Ramsey, and I remember her in Game of Thrones. She was amazing, adorable,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
but I don't remember who she played. What was the name of her character?
She played, I don't remember the name of her character, but she was a young queen
Mm-hmm.
from one of the territories from the north,
Mm-hmm.
and she was extremely fierce.
Mm-hmm.
She was very young, around like
Mm-hmm.
her tens,
Mm-hmm.
and she was extremely young, and she convinced everybody that John was the king in the north. and that everybody should follow
Hmm.
John. So
Exactly.
it was. Oh, I gave a lot of spoilers. If you haven't watched Game of Thrones, I just gave you like a ton of spoilers. But her character was amazing in the last two seasons,
Okay.
and since she's really young, and I remember I saw some. Can I comment now, or should I
I
wait?
guess. No, go ahead. Go ahead.
So I remember I saw some interviews with her and with members of the cast, and
Hmm.
they said that she was extremely fierce when she was recording,
Mm.
but when the cameras were off, she was just the most adorable child ever, reading her Harry Potter books, and she was just like super cute.
Oh, so like she
But
can
she,
get
I
in
think,
and out of character, like
like that.
basically.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh,
And she's a young actress. And I'm sure with Ellie, she was amazing in Game of Thrones.
mm-hmm.
And I'm sure that she will portray a wonderful Ellie. And then I'm sure she's going to be like this superstar.
Mm-hmm.
She's
No, yeah.
amazing.
Yes, that was
Hmm.
exactly my first question for you. Just answered about Bella, but what about Pedro? Do you think he can? How do you feel about his casting for Joel?
Well, Pedro now, I'm going to say Pedro because he's Chilean. Yeah,
Yeah,
he
it's
was born
easier.
in Chile and then he went to USA.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
But he's an extremely versatile actor.
Mm-hmm.
He played many characters in different characters. He played a villain in the last World Wonder Woman, and he was really good at it. I think he's the it guy now.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody wants Pedro Pascal in their productions,
Mm-hmm.
so he's a very good character.
Yeah, sure. Mm-hmm.
But people say that he's a rather difficult person. When he was playing the Mandalorian, when he was the Mandalorian, they said that he had some difficult ideas about his character. He wanted to change. I'm not going to say what because I'm not going to give you spoilers, but he wanted to change an aspect from the character that couldn't be changed
Mm-hmm.
because of the story, and he was adamant about it. He really wanted to have it changed,
Mm-hmm.
and the director said, "No, we're not going to change."
Period.
And it almost got him fired
Okay.
from the
Yeah.
first season to the second. It almost got him fired.
Mm-hmm.
And then probably something happened, and then he decided to stay for the second season,
Sure.
and
Sure.
he's already confirmed for the third season. So,
Okay.
yeah.
So yeah, hopefully lesson learned. Hopefully for him
Hopefully.
because actually, if you think about Joe and Ellie, they are probably the most beloved characters in video game history. Like
Hmm.
everyone, like okay, I'm not gonna give any spoilers, but part two, something happens and people still get super mad because this thing happened, and I
Hmm.
okay, let me. I need to get back to that because come on, and
Yeah.
so people just love them all around. And do you think
Hmm.
they can live up to the expectation toward this
I
characters in a
think
TV
so.
series?
I have no doubt.
Hmm.
They're
So
going to be amazing. And it's an HBO production. It's going to be
exactly.
huge.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are they're not going to spare any money,
Yeah. Yeah.
so
Spare no expenses.
they, yeah, good, thank you. I wanted to remember the quote but I couldn't.
Yeah, that's it.
uh, but
But
I think it's going to be awesome.
hmm.
I'm looking forward to see the apocalyptical part,
Hmm. Yeah.
the all the gory stuff. I
Hmm.
really look forward to it. It's going to
Hmm.
be awesome.
No, sure.
But Fed, do we know when it's going to be released? Is there
No,
any
not
releasing
yet.
date?
Uh, I hope 2022, but
Probably.
yeah, this year I
Probably.
think it's 99% certain that it's not gonna happen.
No.
So I would say
Or
2022, maybe the
probably,
end of
Faye,
2022. Maybe this year we get a
yeah, or
teaser or a
maybe
trailer.
they rush to release it by the end of the year. So then the award season, when the award season comes next year, the beginning of the
Hmm.
award season, maybe they can get some nominations.
I hope
Maybe.
not, because if there's one lesson that we can learn from Cyberpunk, is that
Oh,
don't rush things. That's
mhm.
the point. Like
Okay, got it.
for people who don't know what Cyberpunk is, like it was a video game that was 7 years in the making, and they rush it out, and the game was just completely trash. Like it was
Yeah.
unplayable. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
don't do that. Take your time.
Yeah.
As
So
long as you
let's
do
wait.
things like perfectly, you can take like 5 years to make it.
No, no, take
Yeah, like
only two, please. Come on,
yeah,
I
I
want to
mean,
see
like
it.
if 5 years are necessary, they can take 5 years. But I mean, I would assume like
It's gonna hurt.
2022. I would say because I see like a kind of a I don't know, a trend maybe when it comes to Last of Us. Because Last of Us 1 came out in June, Last of Us 2 came out in June. So maybe the series also comes out in June in
Comes out
2022.
in June.
So I don't know.
Okay,
Maybe.
I'm all about tradition. So
Yes,
cool.
exactly.
June it is.
Yes, yes, that's it. Okay, so going
All
on.
right.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, finally it is here, the trailer for the next Mortal Kombat movie. I gotta say, it has blown my mind in such a crazy way because I truly didn't see it coming. It was just like I had high hopes because come on, the original movie is one of the best video game adaptations ever. But I was still so amazed by the quality of the production, the special effects,
Mm-hmm.
the identity of the character. Except Milena, we can talk about Milena later. But
Mm-hmm.
all the other characters, they seem so realistic. Sounds like a very ground based story. Like it's not like a
Mm-hmm.
fantasy world or anything. Like it's something that could really happen. Anyways,
Mm-hmm.
I'm really really excited. Really looking forward to it. I hope
Yeah.
it doesn't disappoint us. But
Mm-hmm.
okay, from 1 to 10, Danny, what's your level of excitement for this one?
11. 11. I
15.
can't.
I double it.
Yeah,
Almost
it's
double it here.
way off the charts. It's no
Yes.
way. When I saw the trailer and I wasn't expecting anything, I was like, okay, I'm gonna watch it because I'm a diehard fan of
Mm-hmm.
Mortal Kombat, as we are. Faye. Yeah, we grew up
Yeah,
playing Mortal
for
Kombat.
sure.
I
5 years
remember
old.
we grew up
Mega
with
Drive.
those magazines trying to produce all the fatalities and
Yeah,
everything. I
sure.
remember
Yes.
that. It was part of our growth.
Mm-hmm.
So I loved it. I absolutely love it. And when I saw the trailer, I was like, okay, another adaptation. Let's see it.
Mm-hmm.
When it finished, I was literally like this.
Oh my
And then I had
god.
to watch it again. I couldn't believe what
Yes.
I saw.
Mm-hmm.
So I watched it again, and then I watched it again, and I
Mm-hmm.
watched it again. And like you said, I totally agree to what you said that it looks more humanistic. Not
Mm-hmm.
humanistic,
Sure.
no, it looks more human.
Yes,
Like
exactly.
they brought those characters to a human level.
Yes,
Even though,
exactly.
of course, you have like Liu Kang and his power and
Mm-hmm.
all those
Sub
stuff,
Zero and stuff, yeah.
which is fantastic,
Mm-hmm.
which is like the fantastic world, but it sounds real.
Yes,
They made
exactly.
it in a way that it looks real. But what really blew my mind,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna tell you what blew my mind.
Mm-hmm.
There is a scene in which they are reproducing those special moves
Mm-hmm.
from the new games,
Yes, the
and
fatal blows.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
is what, yeah, the fatal blows,
Mm-hmm.
and it was like, what? They're
They
gonna do
could do
it?
it.
How is it
Yes.
possible? Yeah,
Exactly. I had
I
the same feeling.
totally, you know,
Hmm.
it was
Exactly.
really cool. So for diehard fans like we are, oh my gosh, it's gonna
It's
be
a
great.
must.
But is it
Yes.
going to be in a movies or it's gonna be on streaming platforms? Do you
Both
know?
actually. It is coming out on April
Mm,
26th. I have to
yeah.
double check that, but it's late April. And yes,
Mm-hmm.
both cinemas and HBO Max. That's the name. HBO Go is in
Okay.
Brazil,
Yeah.
so HBO Max
Mm-hmm.
in the USA. So hopefully not so long later in Brazil. And HBO Max
Mm-hmm.
actually,
It's coming to Brazil in
yes, I
May, I
think in
think.
May or June, yes, something like this.
May or June. Yeah. So
So yeah, I mean, but this is the kind of movie that I must watch the cinema. Like I need to have all
yeah.
the sound and the big screen. Like I want to,
And the big
of course,
popcorn to be like,
exactly. I'm not gonna fight,
yeah.
but I'm gonna be like doing the kind of little movements there while
Mhm.
watching will be fun. But
Can you? I don't understand the movements. Can you do it again?
oh,
What the
come
hell
on, of
are you
course,
gonna
like you're
do?
fighting, like get over here, this kind of stuff. It'd be
That's
awesome.
so
Come on, you gotta
yeah.
role play also while watching. And
Yeah.
why not? I mean, I've been doing this my entire
Yeah.
life. Why not during the movie? Just because I'm 31 years old, like who cares?
Who cares, right?
So
Come on.
that's awesome. So yeah, that's probably one of the movies that I'm I'm really looking forward to this year. Like
Mm-hmm.
probably number one by now because of this trailer.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
in the whole movie universe, for this first ever episode, Danny, I asked you to make a list of your favorite movies and series in 2020.
That was the hardest thing ever.
Yeah, I get
Ever.
it. I get it. Yeah, I had some difficulties too, but I think not like kind of the opposite as you because I was trying hard like to remember like what movies because 2020 seems like a such a long year. Like, of course, it is
Yeah.
365 days, but it seems like an eternity.
Yeah.
So I was
Mm-hmm.
having a hard time like remember what movies I watched in 2020, what movies would I watch in 2019. I was thinking about like
Mm-hmm.
Joker and
It's kind
Once Upon
of
a Time in
blurred,
Hollywood.
right?
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. I remember
So.
I watched in 1917 in 2020 in the cinemas here in Brazil, but the
Mm-hmm.
original date is 2019. So, it was all like it was
Yeah.
confusing. It was kind of hard for me,
Mm-hmm.
but then I finally got to
Mm-hmm.
my three. So let's do the following. We'll take in turns. We'll both say our number threes, two, and finally a number one.
Mm-hmm.
And but before we jump in, do you have any honorable mentions, like movies or series that didn't make your list, but just for a little bit?
Well, they all made my list,
Okay,
but
like in
I
your
would
heart.
say, yeah, in my heart. First of all,
Hmm.
I think it's a bit unfair to make lists like the first one I love, the second one I love,
Hmm.
because I loved all of them in different levels. But
Sure.
we're
Hmm.
gonna do it. It's
Yeah.
fine.
Hmm.
Um, I have to say that in my list, I only have TV series. I haven't watched many
Okay.
movies,
All right.
but
I'm quite the
I've watched.
opposite. I have only
Yeah,
movies. So,
no, I have only two. Oh, that's cool because
hmm,
then diversity, baby.
sure.
But I'm gonna say three that didn't make the cut
Okay, sure.
or made the cut anyway. I'm gonna say Hunters on Amazon Prime.
Mm-hmm.
Poof, Poof. It's
Okay.
really good.
What is it
The
about?
Boys. Hunters.
Yeah.
Hunters is about a group of people
Mm-hmm.
that are hunting Nazis in America.
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing
Ooh.
with Al Pacino.
Yes, I saw the trailer.
First season, I remember we binge watched it,
Mm-hmm.
and the last episode is like what and it's a huge cliffhanger for the second season, which is
Hmm.
already confirmed.
Awesome.
So Hunters is amazing.
Okay.
The Boys,
Okay.
first
The,
and second season,
the boys like
a,
the
a
bad side of
very
superheroes, right?
yeah, the not the bad side, but the human side of
Oh, okay.
superheroes. Like
Awesome.
they are hired by a company
Mm-hmm.
to perform superhero stuff. So
Oh,
what can
oh,
happen,
cool.
right? It's really cool,
Awesome. Mm-hmm.
amazing. And I'm gonna say Hamilton, which is a musical.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a new musical. It's not from 2020, but it was released in 2020 by
Well,
Disney Plus,
mm-hmm.
and it's an amazing musical. It's about the American history. It's about not American history. Sorry, it's about the American Revolution,
Mm-hmm.
and it's in hip hop. It's just like the one of the best productions ever. I
Mm-hmm.
saw it, and I remember I downloaded on Spotify the album,
Mm-hmm.
and we couldn't stop listening to it.
Mm-hmm.
So when Andre and me and my husband, when we were like talking to each other, we were quoting Hamilton all the
Okay.
time.
Okay, I get it.
It's unbelievable,
Okay.
but
Yeah,
it didn't make the cut
yeah.
because the other three are awesome.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. The
What
Hamilton's on my
about
my
you?
to watch list. I must watch it. I downloaded. Okay, illegal stuff. I'm sorry. So I downloaded because come on, Disney Plus too expensive, but I'll watch it and
Mm-hmm.
that's it. But okay,
Mm-hmm.
my three. There are two actually, and there's one. I'll explain. Don't worry. The first one is
Okay.
Extraction. Uh, Extraction is a
Okay.
movie. I forgot his name. The Thor guy, Chris Hemsworth.
Chris Hemsworth,
Yeah,
the
and
Thor guy.
yeah, I mean, like he's Thor. Like nobody can
Come
remember
on,
his name.
yeah.
Everybody remembers that he's Thor.
He's
And
the thunder god. Like,
exactly,
I don't want
like
to be remembered as Chris. I want to
you
be
don't need a
remembered as
name
Thor.
after that. So,
Come on.
so this movie kind of like it was so awesome because like the story of a soldier who needs to rescue don't quite remember, but it's a drug dealer's son who got kidnapped in
Mm-hmm.
Iraq, I want to say, but it's one of the Arabic countries. And
Mm-hmm.
all the fighting scenes and like the chasing scenes, they are just
Mm-hmm.
awesome. Like really, really
Cool.
good. When I watch, I was like, oh, just another, kind of military movie. But by the end, I was like, holy crap, this movie was really, really good. And
Cool.
I think Extraction 2 is confirmed for next year, so
Yeah.
that would be
I
awesome.
haven't watched it. I
Yeah,
know what movie you're talking about, but I haven't watched
mhm.
yet.
It's a really good one. Next one,
Mm-hmm.
Outer Banks, Netflix series, which is it has like a teenage vibe, but it's so awesome to watch because alongside with this teenage vibes, you have the Goonies vibe. And come on, who
Mm-hmm.
doesn't love Goonies, right? So it's like a group of
Yeah.
friends that they find a map for a hidden treasure in a pirate ship that is under the ocean somewhere around the island that they live in. And that's
It's
basically it.
Goonies. It's
Exactly.
Goonies all the way.
Exactly.
Oh.
And it's so awesome. Like I first started watching, I was like, oh, okay, just a teenage series. It was actually a recommendation from one of my favorite students, Rivers. Hello. So I started watching, and like the first 10 minutes, like teenage kind of stuff, not exactly
Mhm.
what I want. But then, like by the end of the first episode, like, oh my god, I need to watch this whole thing. And then, like, I binge watched, like I think in 2 3 days, I watched the whole thing. Season 2 is
Mhm.
confirmed.
Mhm.
And come on, JB and Sarah Cameron, I want to say that's her name. And the two main characters, holy crap, they are just amazing. So good.
Cool.
My number three,
All right.
you're gonna hate me.
Wait a second. These ones that you're talking about was the ones that almost made the cut.
Yes, yes, exactly.
That's
Not
it.
not
Okay.
not
Cool.
my not my official list. So the
Okay. Let's go
the
to the
last
official list
no
now.
no wait, I have one
No,
more
not yet.
honorable
Okay.
mention
Sorry.
very quickly. You're gonna
Okay.
hate me for it, but 13 Reasons Why. Not be, fourth season was not as good as the others,
Yeah,
but
for sure.
when I thought about, it, I was like, okay, the whole package, you know, because it's kind of like seals off the whole series, so it's like it's over now. And seasons 1, 2, and 3 are awesome. Season 4 was like okay,
Yeah.
but the ending of season 4 was really good. No spoilers, but it was really good. But okay, I know you didn't quite like it,
Yeah.
but when I
Bryce
thought
is
it,
not a good guy. That's what I have to say about it.
exactly, but the whole package, I would say like the whole package is just an awesome watch. Like if you have a chance
Hmm.
to watch from beginning to end, it's amazing. Season 4
Hmm.
alone, not so much, but that's it.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go to our list, official list. Uh,
Cool.
oh, of course, ladies first. Danny, what's your number three?
My number three is a series that we have already mentioned here,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna go with Mandalorian.
Okay, for sure.
Mandalorian
Mm-hmm.
on Disney Plus. There are 2 seasons available with Mr. Pedro Pascal,
Mm-hmm.
and the most adorable thing ever created. Ah,
Baby Yoda.
everybody call Baby Yoda,
Mm-hmm.
and it's so cute. It's really cute.
Awesome.
Well, we are diehard fans of Star Wars, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We saw every movie, we saw every spin-off, we saw everything.
Mm-hmm.
We have huge theories. We hated the last movie, but anyway, that's not the
Mm-hmm.
point. But Mandalorian is a very well-made series. It's
No.
amazing.
Mm-hmm.
The episodes are short, so they're like around 35 minutes,
Mm-hmm.
and it's very up to the point. They
Okay.
don't waste time telling stories and having background flashbacks and stuff. No, it's that they have a mission, they follow the mission. Next
Mm-hmm.
episode, they have a mission, they follow the mission. And this is so cool. The dynamics of the
Mm-hmm.
series
Sure.
is just, it gets you hooked.
Mm-hmm.
You want to watch the next one, and then you want to watch the next one.
Mm-hmm.
When we started watching, we watched the whole season at one seat because it's so
Jesus
cool.
Christ.
Yeah, we just watched it like, okay,
Morning
let's
to
watch the
night
next.
though.
Let's go to the next. and no, not so much, because it's 30, I think it's 8 episodes for the
Mm-hmm.
first season,
Mm-hmm.
and it's 30 seconds. There's not 30, wow,
Wow,
super fast.
that's a fast mission.
Wow.
Yes.
No, it's 30 minutes,
Oh,
so
yeah.
it doesn't take that long. And we
Interesting.
binge watched the first season, and the second season, it I remember we watched on New Year's,
Mm.
and we celebrated the whole passage, and then like half an hour later, let's watch Mandalorian, and then we finished
Like,
season 2.
so the celebration was actually 30 seconds, you know?
It's
So
true.
then you could go for the Mandalorian episode. That's awesome.
Yeah, we
Okay.
we were only expecting to see Mandalorian. It's
Hmm.
really cool, and the third season is already confirmed for December, so it's
Hmm.
coming out,
Oh,
and it's gonna
a
be
whole
really
year to
cool.
wait for it, but
Oh,
worth it
don't tell
though.
me about it, but it's really cool.
Hmm. Awesome.
Totally recommend.
Okay,
And
my
you,
number
what's your
three.
third?
Yeah, my number three is Hillbilly Elegy. Uh,
What? What is
exactly.
that? Tell us.
The name in Portuguese for the ones who want to search on Netflix, available on Netflix, it's Era uma vez um
Hmm.
sonho. It is the movie with Amy Adams and Glenn Close, and both have such an amazing performance. I would say like Amy Adams has an amazing performance, but
Because
Glenn
Amy Adams is
Close,
80 Adams, my baby.
exactly,
Come on.
and Glenn Close has an spectacular performance. It's just
Really?
perfect, perfect. Like it was the same
Okay.
thing when I watched Extraction. Like I was like, okay, I don't know, I don't have like a lot of information about this movie, but okay, let's sit and watch. And it's the story of a family basically, from like the kids when they were born, from like after they're growing up, and Amy Adams, the mother, has some drug issues and stuff, and Glenn Close, who is the grandmother, she's like the person that keeps the family together. And
Okay.
Jesus Christ, it is such a brilliant movie. Like by the end of the movie, you're like,
Really?
okay, like all families have problems, but then like you keep thinking
Hmm.
about like, okay, like you always need this one person to hold the family together,
Hmm.
and because of Glenn Close's performance, you're just like, yeah, I want to be this person, like it is the kind of movie that makes you want to be a better person, so it is an
Wow,
amazing
nice.
movie. Yes, really,
Okay,
really,
I'm
really,
making
really
list.
good.
I'm making notes of it right now.
Awesome. Okay, okay.
Cool.
So that's my number
Nice.
three. What about your number two?
My number two is also a TV series.
Okay.
And my number two is a Brazilian TV series.
Mm.
It's called Bom Dia Veronica, or
Mm,
Good
okay.
Morning Veronica.
If you want to,
Uh,
yes.
yeah,
Mm.
it's based on a book
Mm-hmm.
by Ilana Casoy and Rafael Montes. Ilana
Mm-hmm.
Casoy is a specialist in serial killers. She has
Mm-hmm.
many books out there about serial killers. And Rafael Montes is a writer, and he writes about suspense and detective stories. And they came together and produced and made
Mm.
this book, which was produced into a TV series, and it's unbelievable.
Okay.
Taina Miller as Veronica. She's
Mm-hmm.
a policewoman and she works in the force. And she's very how would I say she's a powerful woman.
Mm-hmm.
So she starts getting lots of calls from women who have been abused, who are suffering from domestic violence, and she starts to investigate it. And what she finds out, it's so dark, it's so deep,
Okay.
and it's also a TV series that you can binge watch. It's a strong one. There are strong scenes there, and I have to say something for Brazilian production.
Mm.
It was amazing. Brazilian productions usually come with comedies. Yeah, we are
Mm-hmm.
famous for comedies or for like Tropa de Elite and stuff. But this TV series this TV series comes with this idea of having a woman as a
Mm.
protagonist.
Sure.
It's really cool, really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Second season is already confirmed. Uh, it's amazing,
Okay.
amazing. Totally blew my mind. So
Uh,
totally recommend.
all right. Making my
Please
list
watch.
as well. Taking notes. That's awesome.
What is
All
your
right.
second film?
My second one is a movie that was originally released in 2019,
Mm-hmm.
but it was like worldwide, like was made available worldwide in 2020 on Amazon
Mm-hmm.
Prime, and it's called Sound of Metal, and
Ooh,
it's
with
with
Riz
Riz.
Ahmed,
Yes,
isn't
exactly,
it?
Riz Ahmed. And let me tell you one thing: his performance, he just knocks it out of the park for sure. Because you can definitely feel everything that he's feeling. And the main point of the movie, like he's a drummer, and he
Mm-hmm.
has a kind of a successful life as a drummer, and he started losing his hearing. So he eventually
Hmm.
finds out about this, and he's trying like seeking treatment and stuff. But as like the movie during the I'm it's really hard to find words to say because a lot of spoilers here. But anyways, he started losing his hearing, and you can definitely understand the sacrifice that he needs to make, which is stop being a drummer because it's impossible to be a drummer without your hearing.
Hearing. Mm-hmm.
And so then he needs to choose. There comes to a point in the movie that he needs to choose, like if he wants to come back to his life, or if he will accept that now he has lost his hearing and he needs to live in a community that he finds, um, only for people who has lost their hearings. So, and it's such an amazing performance that like I have just okay, no spoilers, but the end of the movie, it's the kind of those endings that it's an open ending. So the movie
Mm.
finishes like out of the blue, and then you keep
Mm-hmm.
wondering like, okay, so what does this mean? Like, what
Mm-hmm.
what is he gonna do with his life from now on?
Mm-hmm.
And it is so amazing because I kept thinking about this movie after I finished watching, like for what, a week basically. Like you start
Mm-hmm.
seeing things differently and like giving the meaning to things, like simple things like your
Mm-hmm.
hearing. Like we don't even care so much about that because it's a natural
Mm-hmm.
ability for us.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
anyways, this movie just it's awesome. It's perfect.
So cool. I
And
wanna
his
watch it.
his
I really wanna
performance,
watch
like I
it.
said, he knocked it out of the park. It was just like one of the best performances I've ever seen. So
And he's an
so good.
amazing actor.
Exactly,
Everything he
exactly.
does. Remember we watched The Night Of?
Mm-hmm.
It's an HBO series, a
Mm-hmm.
short series. Amazing too. He's
Exactly.
he's such a great actor.
Mm-hmm.
Very good actor.
Exactly. So a must watch. It's
Yeah.
really good. Really,
On
really
my
good.
list already.
Mm-hmm.
Making notes here.
So yes, first one. Who is the winner of the best movie of
Ay, ay,
2020,
ay.
movie or series for you? Then
Okay,
what's it?
mine
Mm,
again a TV series. Mine
okay.
is not a new TV series, but it's a new season.
Mm-hmm.
It was released on 2020.
Mm-hmm.
Released in 2020.
Mm-hmm.
It's the fourth season of The Crown.
Mm-hmm.
The Crown is that TV series about Queen Elizabeth, how she raised to the throne until hopefully these nowadays. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The fourth season was the most expected one from everyone who follows the series because it shows Margaret Thatcher
Mm-hmm.
and it shows the beginning of Princess Diana, the beginning when
Mm.
she entered the royal family.
Okay.
And it was amazing. Amazing.
Mm.
Well, the whole TV series is impeccable,
Yeah. The production, I
beautifully
mean.
written.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a huge production.
Mm-hmm.
But the fourth season, the actress that they chose to perform Princess Diana,
Mm.
it's sometimes it's scary how similar to Diana she is.
Jesus, that's awesome.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
sometimes like the way she smiles and the way she turns her head, sometimes
Mm-hmm.
the angles, it's like, oh my God, that's Diana. Oh my God, that's Diana.
That's a real
And
video of Diana.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and it shows, of course, how she entered and how she was fooled
Mm-hmm.
by the royal family.
Wow.
And yeah, because everybody knows Charles never wanted to marry Diana. Charles
Mm-hmm.
wanted to marry Camilla. This is not a secret for anyone.
Sure.
And to find out how Diana found about this affair, it's heartbreaking.
Mm-hmm.
Heartbreaking. I remember I watched it And when the episode finished, I was in tears because it actually happened, right?
Hmm.
It happened to a person.
Yes,
So
sure.
it was amazing. And another mention is Gillian Anderson, who
Mm,
performed Margaret Thatcher. Gillian
mm,
Anderson was very famous for Dana Scully on the X-Files series
hmm.
and movies and everything. And she performed Margaret Thatcher.
Wow.
Like, I couldn't tell the difference.
Okay.
Amazing. Margaret Thatcher was a very difficult woman,
Hmm.
and you can totally see that in Gillian Anderson's performance.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
unbelievable, and it's so good that the three of them, the Queen, the lady who performed Diana, and Gillian Anderson, the three of them are nominated for Best Actresses in the
Hmm.
Golden Globes. So probably they're gonna win.
All
It's
three, like they're
amazing.
gonna make a package. Like it's
Yeah,
impossible to choose
please.
just one. So we have a package now. Is
That's
that
it.
tie?
Amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, break the award in three parts and give to them. That would be
Exactly, exactly. Just
awesome.
a, copy paste for the trophy. That's it.
That's
It
it.
would be
Who
online,
cares?
like who cares? Like just copy and paste the trophy for all of them.
That's it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
And it's amazing. So I
What?
totally recommend
For sure.
beautiful British English. So
Mm-hmm.
for the students out there, if you want
Mm-hmm.
to practice your British English, watch The Crown.
Yeah,
It's
and
amazing.
is the kind of like posh
Masterpiece.
accent?
No, it's called RP, right? It's the
Mm-hmm.
received pronunciation is the Queen's English.
Oh, yeah.
It's very, you can listen
Elegant.
to it properly because it
Mm-hmm.
is produced. The way that it's produced is a way that everybody can understand.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Well, chief,
masterpiece,
chefskis.
masterpiece.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah,
Amazing.
cool.
Okay.
And
Okay. So
what's
this is your
yours?
number
What's your
one.
first one?
Yeah, my number one is a movie from one of my favorite movie directors, and it's called
I think I
Tenet.
know. Aha, I knew it.
Yes,
I knew it.
exactly. Tenet by Christopher Nolan. It was the only movie that made me break quarantine. I had to go to the cinema to watch this movie. I was like, fuck the virus. I'll go to the cinema. This one deserves it. And I was not
Mhm.
disappointed. It was like
Really?
this movie has such a crazy way to blow your mind every single scene that like when you first start watching you're like what the hell's happening, and then
Mm-hmm.
like the second scene is like, oh, I think I get it, and then the next scene you're like, no, I don't get it, so hold on.
Christopher Nolan, baby. Come
Exactly,
on.
exactly. So like when the movie comes, like I remember I was in the cinema with my girlfriend Talita, and like we were watching by the like there was a specific part by the middle of the movie that I looked at her and like I'm not sure if I understand what's going on. Like I think I know, but I also think I don't know. Like I don't. I'm like it's impossible to
What?
understand. And then after
Mhm.
this scene, everything starts like the all the story. Like they start explaining things, because by
Mhm.
that point things were just happening, and then they find
Mhm.
out why things were happening. And
Oh.
basically the movie is the story with no spoilers. Like uh some, I want to say Russians, but I don't quite remember. But somebody created a machine that can revert time. So reverse time, sorry. So basically, it is like I'm living, and my time frame like basically is going forward. So like
Mhm.
today, after today's tomorrow, and everything. But then some people they are living backwards. So like actually, it
It's
would
so
be like
cool.
you're living here and I'm living, but going backwards. So like I already know what's gonna happen next, but I don't know what's gonna happen before. So I can change things in
Ah,
the
so it's
past.
like
Yes,
this.
exactly. So it is such a wonderful movie. And when the movie finished, I remember I was like, no, I don't want to leave the seat. I want to watch it again. That's my thing. I'll pay another ticket, but it was like late night. It was the last session, but uh, it's so good. It's really, really, really good. It's like Christopher Nolan. I think I
Hello.
don't remember a movie that I
Hello.
watched by Christopher Nolan that that it hasn't blown my mind, but
When
it's
you
really good.
were explaining, I haven't seen Tenet yet. I,
Mm-hmm.
I, I intend to, but I was thinking about, and then help me with the name.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
The Leonardo DiCaprio one, and
Shutter Island.
no,
Oh,
the one that they enter in dreams.
okay.
What's the name?
The
What's the
Inception.
name? Inception, cool.
Yes, sure.
Inception is a kind of movie like that. You
Yeah.
you think like, now I got it. No, I don't. And then
Exactly.
yeah, okay, now I got it. No, no. And it's so cool. It's
Exactly.
like a movie that kind of it challenges you.
Yeah.
Like you
Definitely.
become an active person when you're watching it, because
Hmm.
like you have to make an effort in order
Hmm.
to watch the movie.
Hmm.
And it sounds really cool, really
Yes.
cool. So
Oh,
I'm definitely going to watch it.
yeah. No,
And he
this is
created the best Joker ever. I
exact.
have to say, I'm
Why so
sorry.
serious? I don't
He
appreciate.
created the best Joker. He
Mm-hmm.
brought us the best Joker. So
Exactly. And
amazing.
yeah, this is definitely my number one. If I were to say like in the last 5 years, probably this was gonna be my my number one.
Mm, cool,
Yeah, it's
cool.
really really good. One of the best movies that I've watched. Like, and come on, like I love it. Bohemian Rhapsody. I love The Joker. I love Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I love a lot of movies in the last 5 years, but this is definitely my number one because exactly
That's
like you said,
nice.
it challenges you. Like when you watch the movie and you finish, like, okay, I'm really intelligent because I understood.
Yeah,
So
he also isn't he the director of Interstellar?
yeah, sure.
Interstellar.
Hmm.
So
Interstellar. Yeah. Yeah. I
I
mean,
rest my
that's
case.
it, right?
I rest my case.
That's it.
I rest my case. For
Okay.
me, Interstellar is one of the best movies ever produced. But
Yes, for sure.
anyway,
Yeah, I
it's we
agree
can
with
have a
you.
podcast only about Christopher Nolan's production,
Yeah,
and that would be
I'm definitely
cool.
down
I
for
would be
that.
fine with it.
Yes,
Yeah,
that'll be so
cool.
awesome. Yes, wow,
Yes.
amazing list. Great movies and series for sure. So
Yeah.
for everyone listening and watching, you have amazing movies and series to watch if you haven't watched any. And with
Hmm.
that, we wrap our first ever episode of this amazing
No,
podcast
we
called
want more. We want more. No.
Yeah. And if you agree with our lists, leave a comment or tell us in your
Yeah.
class. We really want to hear your opinion about all these
Hmm.
movies and stuff. If you don't agree, tell us. What is your personal list? What are your favorite three
Hmm.
movies and series from 2020? And
Yeah.
you can leave it in a comment here or on the Instagram post that were about this episode. Or again, you can just tell us in class. Thank you so much, Danny. It was a pleasure and such an
Thank
honor
you.
to have this episode with you.
Yeah.
And for all
Cool.
of
Thank
you,
you so much.
see you around, guys.
See ya.